Coming up on this week's edition of the MCTV Weekday Update, Texas Tech is making big strides financially due to the largest capital campaign in the school's history.
Plus, there's a new curriculum being implemented at Lubbock ISD. We reveal the change in Lubbock academics and who is supporting it.
And later, Facebook has a new addition for its users that may bring you closer to friends than ever before.
From the College of Mass Communications on the campus of Texas Tech University, this is the MCTV Weekday Update.
Hello and welcome into this week's edition of your MCTV Weekday Update. I'm Alma Olivas.
And I'm Stacy Slayden. If you want to be big, you must dream big, and that is exactly what Texas Tech administrators and alumni are doing. An ambitious yet silent fundraising campaign for Tech was announced after 5 years of activity. Keith Kohanek has more.
Texas Tech University is on a mission to raise $1 billion by the year 2013. Vision and tradition, the campaign for Texas Tech began in September 2005, but was not announced until this semester. Vice Chancellor of Institutional Advancement, Kelly Overlay, says the $1 billion will go towards varying causes.
Really what the money goes for is whatever really the donors direct their money to. So for instance, if a donor directs their money to an endowed chair, that's part of the campaign, but the money goes to where the donor wants it. Same with scholarships or buildings.
With the goal to become a Tier 1 university, Tech is pushing for higher enrollment rates and more research opportunities. Construction of the new Rawls College of Business Administration began in 2009 and is expected to be completed by late 2011. Nadia Abdurazde says she believes the $1 billion should be dispersed throughout the entire Texas Tech community.
We just jumped up from 30,000 students last year to 31,600 this year, so I imagine we need more dorm buildings that'll be built. Hopefully more parking. That would be appreciated. Scholarships.
The campaign has high goals and expectations with the purpose to make a statement.
Red Raiders, we do things big, and that's why we're doing $1 billion, and we know we can do it.
As of now, the campaign has raised $611 million, and officials say they are expecting to announce a large donation soon. For MCTV News, I'm Keith Kohanek.
Thanks, Keith. A new school year and a new curriculum has commenced this fall at Lubbock ISD, but the new material may not be ideal for all students. Henry Ramos has the story.
If X is approaching -2.
For math teachers at Lubbock Independent School District, the formulas remain constant, but with this year's new curriculum, the how and when of teaching has undergone some changes. C-Scope, a standardized curriculum for K through 12th grade, is something LISD started this year.
It is being much more efficient and effective with what we're trying to do with kids.
Assistant Superintendent for Curriculum and Instruction for LISD, Lisa Leach says C-Scope is a new way for the future of education. Leach says the program costs only $7 per child, which totals more than $200,000 for the district.
So really the cost is not great, and the potential gain for that expense is pretty significant.
President of the Lubbock Educators Association, Cherie Jenkins, says even though the program is cost-effective for the district, it does not meet the need of the students.
It is a one-size-fits-all. This is not an assembly line. These are students. These are human beings. One size doesn't fit all.
Senior education major at Texas Tech University, Alicia Gonzalez, says she is concerned about entering the teaching world.
I think limiting ourselves to one idea of where it's going to go would hurt everybody. So standardizing everything makes it a little bit difficult for me in my head to think of education being standardized because students aren't standardized.
Current and future educators have mixed feelings about a standardized curriculum, but they all agree students are their main concern. Reporting for MCTV, I'm Henry Ramos.
Thanks, Henry. With a wide variety of students at Texas Tech, the university understands not everyone learns at the same pace. Student Disability Services is one way Tech tries to accommodate different learning needs.
Texas Tech's student population is over 30,000. With that, there are many students who have some sort of a disability. Some are obvious, others are not. Student Disability Services offer general classroom accommodations for any student that has a registered disability. The managing director of this service, Larry Philippi, notes that many students are unaware of their disability.
Some of them never even know they have a disability until they get here. And just the change in the pace of the material and the way things are structured, then they realize they really do struggle.
Another issue that arises is when a student simply does not want anyone to know that they may have a disability.
We're aware that there's a pretty significant number that just don't want anyone to know.
But it's hard for some students to hide their disability. This is the case for Texas Tech student Logan Lamberth. Lamberth is visually impaired.
Whenever I came to college, that it was going to be just nothing that I was prepared for. I thought the classes were going to kick my butt, but coming here and utilizing all the services that we have, all the classroom accommodations, yeah, it would have been different had I not applied for the services. I don't think there's any way I would have made it through my first year.
Assistant professor with a special education program, Dee Brown, understands what it means for a student to have a disability, yet be completely capable of learning the material by different means.
You still hear horror stories of people who say if you can't do the work, you don't need to be in the class. Well, it's not that they can't learn the content, it's that they can't necessarily do the work as prescribed, but they could demonstrate understanding in another way.
Student Disability Services strives to help any student with a registered disability be successful in their classes by offering classroom accommodations. With MCTV, I'm Jordan Allen.
A number of students at Texas Tech prefer bicycles for transportation, pushing Tech to make bike safety a new initiative. Modeling successful bike programs at other universities, Tech has projects in the works to improve bike safety around campus.
We're planning a shared use path from the new BA over to the engineering key, and from the new BA south down to pretty much 15th Street.
These planned paths will connect the bike pedestrian shared use paths put in this summer.
Well, if you're curious where your friends are, there's no need to look beyond your computer screen. Facebook has added yet another app similar to the personal status update. However, this new trend allows users to post current locations, which could put privacy at risk.
Facebook and Twitter is a popular way for people to communicate information to a select network of friends. However, a new trend in social networking may have friends keeping a close eye on you, closer than you think. Location-based apps like Foursquare and Facebook Places allow our user to check in via smartphone at different locations, with the option of posting it to their Twitter or Facebook profile for everyone to see. Foursquare user Wando Holt says he uses the application to let friends know where he's at, as well as enjoys some friendly competition to see how many check-ins he can have at a place.
I'm not very competitive with a lot of different people, but it's more of a fun thing, or it's a pastime. So it's not really a competition that I'm trying to win, it's just something that's fun for me.
Holt says another draw to using Foursquare is a special discount some businesses give to users who check in frequently at a location. Texas Tech freshman Donovan Baker says he does not use Foursquare or Facebook Places because it gives too much information to too many people. He says updates his friends post from Foursquare to Facebook easily become annoying.
Okay, why do you need to let people know where you at? I don't need to know you're at Subway. I don't need to know you're at McDonald's. I think it's pointless.
Baker says business promotions are not convincing enough for him to begin using the application. He feels location-based apps put people in unsafe situations.
Say you're in an apartment or something, and you let people know you're not at home. That let them know you're not at home so they could break into your house or something.
Holt says he can see why some people may feel uneasy, but says the app shows only a date a person checked in and not a specific time. Lubbock Police Sergeant Thomas Mora says people who use location-based apps have to consider the risk of who's going to see it once it's posted.
Make your page private and be sure you know who you're, allowing to be your friends on any of those social networking sites.
With MCTV, I'm David Gonzalez.
That's all the time we have today. Thanks for watching our MCTV Weekday Update. I'm Alma Olivas.
And I'm Stacy Slayden. We hope you have a great week.